and welcome back to another video. So as you guys can tell by the title and the thumbnail photo, I am recreating Lilo and Stitch. So obviously this isn't a full remake because it's impossible to remake them exactly how they are in the movie. So this is my interpretation of how I see them as characters. Now, of course, Stitch was probably the hardest one to do. Let's just say I had a couple mental breakdowns while I was making him. So yeah, we'll talk about Stitch once we get to Stitch because that was just a whole ordeal in itself. But Lilo I felt was kind of easy. The base that I started with was actually a lot more helpful than I expected it to be. And I also went ahead and decided to make her as a young adult as opposed to a child, because in the movie she's obviously a child. But I thought it'd be fun to see her kind of as a young adult. And so, of course, I still kept with the same sort of theme as far as her outfits go, but I didn't want to just make a child, basically, is I wanted to have her as a adult character and be able to play with her like that way. I don't know if I'm going to necessarily play with her, but I'm just saying if I do, I'd prefer to play with her as an adult rather than have a child, because, I mean, you can't have a child live alone anyways. Then again, you have her sister, but I didn't make her sister, which maybe I will make her. I don't know. I was still debating, like, while I was making this creative sim, whether or not I should. Anyways, also, this hair was kind of perfect for this creative sim. It's the only one that I had that really fit, and I recently used this hair in my Pride cast video. And so, well, this is at the beginning of June, so yeah, I'm reusing a hair, but you know, it's okay. It's still a really great hair from Sim Mandy, so I absolutely love it, and I'm not opposed to using it again. So I really wanted to give the skin texture that was kind of similar to what it appeared to be like in the pictures. It's very like smooth. Of course, it's a cartoon character, so I wanted to kind of stick with that. And so I was going to go with more detail and stuff when it came to the face, but I decided to kind of steer away from that. And of course, you know, when it comes to her lips as well, like, it doesn't look like she really has any, but I wanted to give her a thin set of lips. And then, of course, she has a very prominent nose, so I decided to represent that as well on this sim. The only thing is, like, you can only go so far with the nose unless you have, like, a slider or a preset or something for the nose, so I just went as far as I could, and I don't know, I think it still looks good on her. I didn't think that it was kind of out of place or anything. I feel like all her features very much so like go together. I obviously made her eyes pretty big as well, but it's nothing that looks too unnatural. And of course it's The Sims, so not everything is gonna be perfect or whatever, so it's like not a big deal, it's just a game. And again, this is my interpretation of what I feel like she would look like. So there's many other people who have made Lilo and Stitch, but this is just how I'm going about it. And I definitely wanted to make use of the Island Living clothing that we got because I felt like it really suited her. Not only that, I realized that I already had her bathing suit in my game, so I was like, this is perfect. At least from what I saw on Google, she had an orange and red striped bathing suit. Not only that, I actually made the dress she's wearing. So I was scouring the internet to find a dress with Lilo's pattern for young adults, and I couldn't find anything. I found stuff for children, but like I said, I wanted to make her as a young adult instead, and so I couldn't find anything. But I found a t-shirt dress made by, oh my god, I can't remember the creator's name, Trill-like, I think it is. And so what I did was I took it and I recolored it. And let me just tell you, it's not as hard as you would think to add pattern, but the only problem is that I had to make the pattern look okay. But let me just tell you, it only looks pretty good from the front. I made a lot of different versions of it because sometimes like the leaves would get cut off on the side and it looked a little bit weird, and so there was like multiple versions. The dress won't be up for download because I don't know how to do the whole thing with not including the mesh, so just letting you know. I don't know how to do stuff like that because I don't create CC, and so I don't want to get in trouble, so this is like for my own use. But other than that, I really love the way she ended up coming out, and I definitely didn't want to give her a lot of makeup or anything because she's a child in the movie, and I just thought that, you know, I'd represent her like natural beauty, and I don't know, I think she came out looking pretty good, so I'm really happy with her. And now let's move on to Stitch, the one and the only who really caused me a lot of trouble. Now, this isn't the first version of Stitch. I also made a version of him as a corgi, which really didn't work out, but let me just tell you, I was having trouble. So with my reshade, everything is a lot warmer and brighter, so of course the colors seem extremely vibrant, so it changes the Sims 4 natural colors to a whole new level, so this is like not what you'll see them as. By the way, I did find names for my reshade, and I'm hopefully going to be releasing it this weekend, and if not this weekend, then early next week. So keep your eyes out because it's coming. I'm almost done with it. So I just need to do preview photos for it, and yeah. Anyways, so again, I was trying my best to do like the basics of like what Stitch looks like. So essentially this just looks like a blue bulldog. But okay, I'm telling you, it is not easy to recreate. I'm sure there's other people who have recreated Stitch, but this was my attempt. And it's maybe not the best one, but at least I tried, right? That's all that matters. And it's funny because I already had like this cut in his ear. I had like this piece of CC that I downloaded ages ago back when Cats and Dogs came out, and I thought this fit perfectly. I really wish that I was able to use the antennas and the cut in the ear because it would have been perfect. And if the cuts were in both ears, that would have been even greater. Now, the design on his back, yeah, I was having a lot of trouble, to say the least. It was not going well for me whatsoever. It was just, you know, I think it's like trying to recreate it in The Sims was a bit difficult. So this is like, you know, my attempt. It's obviously not perfect or anything, but of course Stitch is a lot shorter than this dog. So, and this is as short as I'm gonna get, really. So, you know, I had to deal with what I got. Again, you're kind of limited to how much you can do regardless in Create a Pet, so I tried as much as I could. I wonder if I got other custom content or even maybe sliders to probably help, but I really didn't think of like going that deep into this, to be honest. So this is how he is, and I mean, he doesn't look that bad. It could have been a lot worse. I could have made a cat, but I didn't. But anyways, also when I was taking screenshots for the thumbnail, I was trying to find poses, but it was so hard to find poses with a small dog and a sim, and so I was having a hard time. But there was this one pose that I used, and it was a puppy version, and so it made Stitch, like this version of Stitch, like a lot shorter and smaller, and he looks so cute in Lilo's lap. And I'll probably insert the screenshot at the end of the video because I thought it was way too adorable to not show. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I mean, I gave him the collar because he's Lilo's dog when he's like not being his normal self. So I thought it was kind of cute, but other than that, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you guys in a new video very soon. Bye guys.